Right. Good morning, year 7G1. How are you today? Good, alhamdulillah. Good to see you. I want to teach you today property of circle. That means how do we name parts of the circle and what their names are. Okay? Very simple. So, to start with, we will have the center of the circle. There's a nice circle there, which I drew earlier. Very clever. So we have a center of a circle. Now, there is a line which comes from one side of the circle to the other side of the circle, and that line goes through all the way. So let's just draw that. So the line starts from one side to all the way to the other side. Keep in mind this goes through the center point. That's the center point. So that line is very important line. What do we call that line? The diameter. So I'm going to write the name here. So write down, this line is called the diameter. Okay? Okay, so that's the first key word that we are learning today. So the diameter is the first one. So if anybody asks you what is the diameter, it's the line which goes through all the way, at the same time it's going through the middle or the midpoint. Okay? Each circle has got a midpoint. So the line which goes through one side to another side, passing through the midpoint, is called the diameter. Okay? So that's the full line. Now, if we look at this line and we look only half of it, or if we just say, what about the line which starts from one end of the circle and it reaches only the center, it stops there. In another word, is half of the diameter. Anybody know what we call that? Yes, we call the radius. So the line could come from anywhere. It can come from here, it can come from here, it can come from here. We can also, this diameter, we can call it two radius joined together. So if we draw another line here, which goes from the center to the edge here, we call this the radius. Radius. So we call that one the radius. Okay. Right, so what is the radius? Radius is a line which goes from the center to the end, okay, to the circle, and is half of the diameter. So if I give you the diameter is 10, who can give me how much will the radius be? Remember, it's half of it, right?
5.
Yes, well done. So if the diameter is 10, the radius will be half. Does that make sense? Yes? Great. So we now know the diameter and we know the radius. Is that clear, girls? Now let's learn another line. Now this line, unlike the diameter, it doesn't go through the center point. It doesn't pass through the center point, but it starts anywhere from the circle and it touches the other side of the circle without going through the center point. So let's just draw that. Let's just pick up any random space. Let's just start from here and then go through there and touch another side here. So this line goes through all the way from side to another side without going through the center. So this one we call the chord. Okay? Chord. So this one is the chord. C-H-O-R-D. It is the chord. We call it the chord. So that's the second one we go, the third one we go to learn today. Chord. Right, so this is the chord. Does that make sense? Good. So we have, so far we have three new keywords. We have the diameter, we have the radius, and we have the chord. Okay. All right. So one other thing that we're going to learn there is something called the arc. What is the arc? Arc is like a curve. Okay. Or remember the arcs. Noah's arc. It's like a boat. Yeah. Something curved like this. So this arc could be between two radius, or it could be the edge of the circle. So it could touch the circle, or it could be part of the circle itself. So for example, if we choose this line here, between here and here, so this line from there to there, we can call that the arc. Okay? This is the arc. So that will be our number 4. So we have the arc. Okay? So that's the arc. Right. So we have the arc, we have radius, we have the chord. Okay? One other thing that we need to learn is, okay, now if we also divide the circle into 4 parts and we highlight a part of it, so this part will be between 2 radius. Okay? So this part, if we highlight here from there, in the middle of 2 radius, so for instance here, so all these parts we highlighted, it has a name. Okay? It's like cutting this into 4 parts and highlighting part of it. So this part we call sector. So we call it sector. Okay? Here is sector. Okay? Or sector. So this is number 5. We have sector. Okay, so what is a sector? Between 2 radius and is that space between them. Okay? It's like part of the pizza. So that is the sector. We call that the sector. Does that make sense? Okay, now if we look here, there's an angle here. Okay? So this is an angle. So we have a name for that angle. We call it the central angle. Let's just call that the central angle. So this is the 6th one. So we call it central angle. So this is a central angle. Does that make sense, girls? Okay, there's a lot of different reasons we use the circle in mathematics as well as statistics. So one easy way to use the circle is to divide things. Yes, to divide things. So this is number 6, central angle. Okay? So one way to use this circle is to divide things and see, like, for example, what are the parts of the, for instance, if we use our school at the Kamal International School, okay, what percentage of students are, we know we are international school, what percentage of students are from Kuwait, what percentage of students are from Egypt, from Jordan, from America. We have some American students as well. So if we want to divide that, we will use this. So let's draw another circle. Now this one is going to blow my secret that I don't know how to draw a proper circle. Let's see it. Hey, that's not bad, eh? Okay, so let's draw it. This is the population of this school, the students in this school. So let's say about, do we say 80% or 90% are students from Kuwait? Huh? Right. So we say, let's say about 80% of the students are Kuwaitis. So that's Kuwaiti students, okay? So this is how we define. So we'll say 80% of the students are from Kuwait. So this is the population of students in Atacama. Now we could say there are 10%, or we could say there are 10% of the students are from where? We have a lot of Egyptian students, right? So we say 10% of the students are from Egypt. So 10% of the students are Egyptian. So we have another 10% left. So the other 10% could be all kind of different countries. Let's say Jordan, US. There are also some students from Palestine, and there's some students from Syria could be. So we could say, oh, some students from Saudi are here. So we have others. We could say 10% could be others. Okay, so this could give us the percentage that we need for population. Yes, any question? 10% of other students. Like for example, say for countries. So we could say like it could be Syrians, Saudians, Jordanians.
Except the one on the top.
This one?
No, the one on the top.
The one on the top is Kuwaiti students.
No, then what? No, 10%.
Okay, 10% of Egyptian, and then 10% of others, so mix. You know, if we try to divide that, then it will be smaller and smaller and smaller, 2% and 3% and so on. Okay? I'm not claiming this is exactly accurate numbers, but I'm just using it as an example because I don't have the exact data for the students and where they all come from. So this is just an averaging, an estimating of mine. It could be wrong, it could be right. Yes? 10% of Egyptians and 10% of other nationalities. Okay? So do you girls understand how do we define the parts of the circle and how we use it sometimes? Yes? Okay. Any question? Good. Now, one other notice I'm going to give everyone is those of you who are preparing for the quiz on Thursday, the lessons on the quiz is going to be 5.5 and 8.2. So you already know that. Okay? If you need
5.5 and
8.2. If you need a review or if you need to go back on the lesson again, please watch the video again. 5.5. So 5.5 and 8.2. Yes, only these two lessons. But remember, 5.5 will cover all 5.1, 5.2, or 5.3. So if you know 5.5, that means you know everything. Okay? So just review that. It should be not bad. If you practice and did all your homework, you should not have no problems. Okay? So we're gonna stop there. I want you to just go on the exercise page and see if you can do that. Okay? So finally, who wants to say it?
Me.
Yes, go ahead.
Subscribe, like, share, comment. Oh, comment to give him compliments. Yes.
Okay. Okay, you say it. Go.
Subscribe, like, and share, and comment.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a nice day.